สวัสดีค่ะสวัสดีและขอต้อนรับท่านแขกผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านนะคะเข้าสู่งานสัมมนาที่ให้ความรู้ด้านอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับค่ะซึ่งจัดขึ้นโดยสถาบันวิจัยและพัฒนาอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับแห่งชาติองค์การมหาชนซึ่งเป็นหนึ่งในผู้ร่วมจัดการแสดงสินค้า Bangkok Gems and Jewelry Fair 2025 ครั้งที่ 71 นี้ด้วยค่ะและดิฉันไอรีนวงศ์วจิระนะคะรับหน้าที่เป็นพิธีกรค่ะGood afternoon and a warm welcome to distinguished guests. It is my delightful to have all of you here at this insightful seminar on gems and jewelry, organized by the Gem and Jewelry Institute of Thailand Public Organization, one of the key contributors to the 71st Bangkok Gem and Jewelry Fair 2025. My name is Irene. It is my big pleasure to be your MC for this afternoon. สำหรับในช่วงบ่ายนี้นะคะจะเป็นการอภิปรายในหัวข้อเกี่ยวกับการส่งเสริมความยั่งยืนในตลาดอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับอาเซียนโดยได้รับความร่วมมือจากสมาคมการค้าอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับอาเซียนสถาบันวิจัยและพัฒนาอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับแห่งชาติองค์การมหาชนและ Responsible Jewelry Council ค่ะ In this afternoon session, it will feature on the discussions on the promoting sustainability in ASEAN in the gem and jewelry market.With this collaboration of ASEAN Gem and Jewelry Trade Association, the Gem and Jewelry Institute of Thailand Public Organization, and Responsible Jewelry Councils. To officially start today's seminar, we are honored to welcome Mr. Sumet Prasongpongchai, Director General of Gem and Jewelry Institute of Thailand, who will deliver the welcome and opening remark.ท่านผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านคะในโอกาสนี้นะคะดิฉันขอเรียนเชิญผู้อำนวยการสุเมธประสงค์พงษ์ชัยผู้อำนวยการสถาบันวิจัยและพัฒนาอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับแห่งชาติให้เกียรติขึ้นกล่าวต้อนรับ May I have a big round for him ขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับให้กับท่านด้วยค่ะ
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, and all the industrial leaders, it is a great pleasure and honor to welcome you all in this important seminar. Promoting sustainability in the Asian gem and jewelry market. On behalf of the Gem and Jewelry Institute of Thailand, GIT, I would like to extend my deep appreciation for your presence here today.The jewelry industry has long been a symbol of beauty and craftsmanship, but today, sustainability is at the heart of its future. Consumer demand, ethical sourcing, environmental responsibility, and transparency. As regulation tightens and expectations rise adopt sustainable practice,It's not just beneficial. It is essential for long-term success. On behalf of the Gem and Jewelry Institute of Thailand, which play a pivotal role in promoting and supporting the industry's global competitiveness, the Institute's core mission, ranking from gemstone inspection and grading to the quality certification and standardization,ensure international recognition and trust in Thai products. Through cutting-edge research and development, it continues to enhance the industry competitiveness, helping Thailand maintain its status as a global leading in this field. As the industry evolves, the needs of responsible and sustainable business practice.has become more crucial than ever. But sustainability is not something we can achieve alone. It requires collaboration across the entire supply chain, from miner to manufacturer to retailer and consumer. We all have a role to play. This seminar is an important.an opportunity for us to come together, exchange ideas, and shape the future where sustainability and business success go hand in hand. Let us use this platform to learn, inspire, and take the action. I encourage all of you to participate actively, ask questions, and explore new solutions that can help us to build more ethical, transparent, and sustainable jewelry industry. Thank you, and I'm looking forward to insight discussion ahead. Let's make the difference together. Thank you very much.
ขอบพระคุณค่ะขอบคุณท่านผู้อำนวยการสุเมธประสงค์พงษ์ชัยนะคะที่ให้เกียรติกล่าวต้อนรับและกล่าวเปิดการประชุมในครั้งนี้ค่ะ so thank you very much to Mr. Sumet Prasong Pongchai for opening speech and welcome remark to everyone. And this seminar is about sustainability in the gem and jewelry industry. And today we will learn more about how to sort market material responsibly, trade fairly, and follow global standards. And next, we are honored to hear the opening speech from Mr. Suttipong Damrong Sakul, President ASEAN Gems and Jewelry Trade Association. ท่านผู้มีเกียรติทุกท่านคะในโอกาสนี้ดิฉันขอเรียนเชิญคุณสุทธิพงษ์ดำรงสกุลนายกสมาคมการค้าอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับอาเซียนขอเสียงปรบมือต้อนรับให้กับท่านด้วยค่ะ
Distinguished guests, ladies and gentlemen, good afternoon. It is my great honor to welcome everyone to this important seminars on promoting sustainability in the Asian gems and jewelry market. Your presence here today reflects a shared commitment to the futures of our industry. I am truly grateful for your support. ASEAN plays a powerful role in the global jewelry and gemstone market. Our region is rich in resources, creativity, and craftsmanship, making us an essential driver of the global jewelry trade. From the skilled artisans of Thailand to the innovative manufacturers in Vietnam and the thriving market of Indonesia, ASEAN is not only producing high-quality gems and jewelry, but also shaping global trends and setting new standards of excellence. The ASEAN Gems and Jewelry Trade Association, or AGJA, stands as the only dedicated organization representing and empowering the jewelry industry across ASEAN. We are proud to have the support from members from 10 ASEAN countries, representing thousands of businesses, artisans, and stakeholders from every part of the supply chain. Our networks extend far beyond ASEAN. We are recognized and supported by the government bodies and international organizations such as the Gem and Jewelry Institute of Thailand, GIT, the China Gems and Jade Exchange in China, the Hong Kong Jewelry and Jade Manufacturer Association in Hong Kong, or AGJA, and the informal market. Joining AGJA is not just about being part of a network. It is about unlocking new opportunities, expanding your reach to the new international markets, gaining access to exclusive B2B connection and partnership, staying ahead of global trends and innovation through collaboration and shared expertise. As we proudly said at AGJA, empower ASEAN. This is not just a motto, but a mission that drives us to strengthen our region's role to the global jewelry industry. The global landscape is shifting, consumer demand are evolving, and international trade dynamics are becoming increasingly complex. To drive, we must focus on sustainability as a strategic advantage, not just for the planet, but for the future competitiveness of our businesses. Ethical practice, responsible sourcing, and transparency are become essential credentials for success. Embracing sustainable practice enhance our global reputation and ensure long-term access to major market. Instead of seeing change as a challenge, let's view it as opportunity to lead. Those who invest in sustainable growth today will be the industry leader of tomorrow. Why join AGJA? We are stronger together. AGJA offers a unique platform for businesses, governments, and industry leaders to collaborate, share resources, and drive meaningful change across the region. I warmly invite all stakeholders, whether you are manufacturers, traders, designers, or investors, to join AGJA and help us build a thriving, sustainable future for the ASEAN jewelry and gemstone industry. Together, we can position ASEAN as a global leader in sustainable luxury, unlocking new markets and create long-lasting value for generations to come. In closing, I sincerely hope that today's discussion will inspire new collaborations, spark fresh ideas, and lead us toward a stronger, more connected ASEAN jewelry industry. Let us continue this journey together, united in our purpose, innovative in our approach, and committed to sustainability as the foundation of our shared success. Thank you very much, and I wish you all a fruitful and engaging seminar. Let us continue to empower ASEAN together. Thank you, and have a good day.
ขอบคุณค่ะขอขอบคุณคุณสุทธิพงษ์ดำรงสกุลที่ให้เกียรติกล่าวเปิดงานนะคะ Thank you very much to Mr. สุทธิพงษ์ดำรงสกุล for the insightful opening speech และอย่างที่ทุกท่านทราบนะคะปัจจุบันแนวคิดด้านสิ่งแวดล้อมและความยั่งยืนค่ะได้รับความสำคัญเป็นอย่างมากในทุกๆวงการนะคะรวมไปถึงวงการอุตสาหกรรมอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับทั่วโลกด้วยค่ะแต่ว่าเพราะอะไรล่ะคะอุตสาหกรรมทั่วโลกถึงให้ความสำคัญกับความยั่งยืนนี้นะคะซึ่งวันนี้ค่ะทุกท่านจะได้เรียนรู้เกี่ยวกับความสำคัญของแนวทางเหล่านี้จากวิทยากรของเรานั่นเองค่ะ Distinguished guests, as we all know that the environmental awareness and sustainability has become a crucial consideration across all industry, including the gem and jewelry industry too. But why? Why is the sustainability has become a key priority for this industry? I would say today we are really lucky to have insightful information from our guest speaker. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome Mr. Ginja Char, Head of Asian Development Responsible Jewelry Council. May I have a big round of applause for him?
So thank you very much, everyone, most importantly, thanks GIT for allowing me to come here and speaking with the distinguished audience. Of course, speakers are, this is like one of the elite panelists or people I'm speaking with. So thank you very much for AGJA, Mr. Suttipong, Sumedh, and everyone, those who are sitting there, my good friends and industry colleagues. My name is Kinjal Shah. I'm heading Responsible Jewelry Council for Asia and Middle East. And luckily, under that capacity, I'm part of Thailand journey of sustainability. And I can say I'm really feeling proud about it. There are a number of members of RJC sitting in the audience, and there are lots of potential members also I can clearly see. And of course, partners with whom we are going to, do wonders in their relevant respective countries. So thank you very much, everyone. I have been associated with RJC nearly, a decade time. So in this last decade, Mr. Suttipong and Mr. Sumed has very clearly mentioned that sustainability is really crucial for our industry. And I must say that sustainability is right now here. It's going to stay and it's going to increase. So whatever you are doing, you have to make sure you find a new way and right way to do your business, because sustainability is really essential, and I can say it's crucial, in nowadays. So, so this is what I say, but that does not actually define, how you should be working. So with my first slide, which very clearly says, and it was basically announced by McKinsey in 2021, that by 2025, 20 to 30% of global fine jewelry sales will be influenced by sustainability considerations. And here we are in 2025. So I'm sure today this is true. What does this mean by 20 to 30%? Which says that from environmental impact or to ethical sourcing practices, whatever everyone has already said, this is equivalent to as much as $110 billion of worth of goods, which is 3 to 4 times increase in sustainability influence purchase since 2019. This is very, very critical. This is what already announced by McKinsey. McKinsey is, one of the highest management consulting firm, and today we are still working on that. And I can say that lots and lots of companies, leaders, and countries and associations like GIT, AGJA, and JAMA Police and all, they are very well working on this direction. And I'm sure moment I'll speak around, we'll go through everything on that. So sustainability is absolutely essential, and it's not me saying, it's McKinsey who's saying. I basically head Responsible Jewelry Council, and I'll just give you a brief background of RJC. Can somebody tell me who knows RJC? Raise your hands, because it is after lunch. I would, okay, so good. We have a lot of people, those who really need to know also RJC, and yes, we have a lot of members and people, those who know. So RJC is basically world's largest standard setting organization for the jewelry and watch industry. We got formed in 2005, so we are celebrating 20 years of anniversary this year. We have started with 14 founding members, and today we are around 2,000 members across the globe, which we are, penetrated into 74 countries. And I can proudly say that Thailand has really a very, very big mark in that, in those, leading countries. I'll go through the figures eventually. Now, what RJC is and why we are doing is, it's very simple. Our focus is we want to create more and more trust for the end consumer's mind for the gems and jewelry and watch industry. And how we are going to do it is that we are going to do it through creating the highest standard for the gems and jewelry and watch industry. And at this point in time, our standard basically applies to 5 different streams, which is covering from diamond, color gemstone, which is emerald, ruby, and sapphire, gold, silver, and platinum metal, and most importantly, our standard applies to the entire supply chain. So it's not only for responsible sourcing of gold, or only for the diamonds, or only for the color gemstones. It is for the entire supply chain for all these 5 streams. Anyone and everyone can join RJC. We have our values, we have our vision and all, but this is what we want to achieve. So without further delay, how we are doing it means, see, we have seen sustainability is important. So we have created 2 standards for our members, and one standard is Code of Practices, which is a mandatory standard and focuses on management practices of the organizations. So when you implement RJC standards, you improve upon your management practices. That never says that your practices are not right, but when you are implementing RJC's Code of Practices, it means your standard you will raise up to the bar of international standards in line with your local legislations. So RJC never push you to go international, follow international standard, but yes, it will raise the bar. And I'm sure that when we are doing our business, we are reading book from the very nearby, but of course there is a third eye view, which RJC's point of view, and then you will change your business practices, and of course it will help you and it will benefit you. Now, Code of Practices is a mandatory standard. Every member, all these 2,000 members, they will have to apply and they have to comply with the Code of Practice standard. Another standard is chain of custody, which is critically important at this point in time. While we are talking about sustainability, I'm sure those who have not even heard about RJC, but how many people have heard about recycle metal, recycle gold, recycle silver? Can you all raise the hands? Okay, so how can you do recycle metal or recycle gold or silver, in your management practices or in your factories and your operation? RJC has a standard for that, which is a chain of custody. Now, whenever you claim that you are using recycled gold or you are using chain of custody gold, it is always cannot be only on your wish basis, but it has to be kind of certified by third party, and RJC is the third party which basically certified your claim, and it will give you that tool, that energy marketing strength to go and speak to your communities, your business partners, to actually confirm that you are doing recycling, and this is how you are doing recycling. There are numerous brands nowadays, big brands, only using recycled gold or recycled silver. And why they are doing it? They are basically doing it in order to make sure their carbon footprint is less, and that's how they are communicating that their sustainability practices are more on top. They are creating less carbon footprint. They are not sourcing from the mine sources. So this is one very important thing which is going on right now. I'm sure few of you have also heard about Sustainable Development Goals. When you comply with Responsible Jewelry Council's Code of Practices, you also comply with the Sustainable Development Goals. Or if you are too much into, if you know that Thai government is more into BCG economy right now, so how you are going to comply with BCG economy? Here it's very specific areas where I have identified that how, when you implement Code of Practices of RJC, which Sustainable Development Goals it will impact for. Likewise, labor rights and working conditions. So if you see labor rights and working condition, when you comply with that code under the Code of Practices, you will comply with SDG 1, SDG 2, SDG 4, SDG 5, gender equality, very important, and the most important, SDG 8, which is probably, everywhere, everyone has to actually work on SDG 8. I guess that's very important. Similarly, on health and safety, we have other SDGs are connected. So ultimately, when you are complying with Code of Practices, you are also complying or measuring Sustainable Development Goals, and you can communicate within your stakeholders or your interested parties that how you are complying with Sustainable Development Goals. These are some very specific points which are identified. So, when you do per se gender equality, so SDG 5, when you do this, how you ensure gender equality has been taken care. gender equality is not only about, two genders, it is about all other genders. So this is how RJC will support, Code of Practices will support you when you implement Code of Practices. You will also comply with Sustainable Development Goals. Now, you must say, it's fine, but why should I do it? So, as I said that we have around 2,000 members at this point in time, out of which there are few members I've listed here. I'm sure you people might know the name. These are the big names from, LVMH, Cartier, and, Signet, and Gucci, and whatnot, De Beers, and everyone. So few of them are also our founding members out of 14 founding members. But most importantly, if you see across the globe, all these brands, they have kind of, one or the other way mandated from their vendors that they also have to do Responsible Jewelry Council standard. So it is very well said that if you want to get into the vendor list, or if you want to become a supplier to any of these brands, RJC will be definitely a great marketing support to you, because without which a lot of brands don't even entertain you. I can specifically name one which I know the case study very well, like Signet. Signet has mandated from all their vendors, they only source from RJC. So if you want to per se tomorrow go and supply to Signet, they'll say, okay, go and take RJC membership, and then we will give you vendor code, and then we'll sit across and talk about the business. So it is like that straightforward case study, for RJC. Just one another example, which is very well connected to Gucci, very well connected to sustainable business practices. Gucci has kind of mandated from their vendors that they only source from COC certified clients, of chain of custody certified clients, and they only source some recycled gold. So they have kind of mandated, and they are very well communicating this in their yearly report or sustainability ESG report and all. If you go and check on Gucci's website, probably you will have more data. Because I don't want to elaborate here, I'm just giving you a screenshot, and you can relate with that. One of the very, very interesting and important brand, when Prada came up with the jewelry, their jewelry, lineup, because they are the fashion brand. But moment they started jewelry in 2021, the first they have communicated that they are only going to source recycled gold and recycled silver jewelry, that too only from RJC certified clients. So it is very important and simple that if you want to deal with the top brands, or even if you want to communicate to the communities that yes, we are there, and we at our jewelry practices, we have the best jewelry practices, we also have a recycled metal in place, RJC can definitely support you. This is I have just taken from the Prada's website. So it is visible, it is there, it is online everywhere. Now since we are sitting in Thailand, I must tell you the progress of Thailand. Thailand, we have around 220 plus members today. Thank you very much, Sumit. Thank you very much, Tanong. Your support has been phenomenal in this journey. When I took charge, we were around like 40 members a couple of years back. Even last year, I remember in February, it was 100 members, and today we have 120 members. So 20% hike is like very, very good. Out of this 120 members, I can say 36 members are from, diamond and color gemstone traders category. So color gemstone is very important segment for gems and jewelry for the industry here in Thailand. And yes, 71 jewelry companies are manufactured as a part of RJC. Similarly, we have 12 gold refiners, And I'm sure very proudly I can say that the next speaker is a RJC certified member, and they are going to speak. They are from the gold refinery segment. And of course, we have one trade association member, which I'm 100% sure next time when I'll be speaking, I'll have 3 numbers. I know the person sitting in the front row, he knows what I'm talking about. So, but see, most importantly, out of this global members, we have around 1,061 members, those who have a gold in that scope. And in Thailand, out of the 71 members, we have 53 members, those who have a gold in the scope. Similarly, for silver, worldwide we have 670 members, those who have silver in their scope, and Thailand we have 45 members, those who have silver in their scope. So this is very, very important, I guess. And what we do is that we don't just give you membership and leave you without help. We have all help, support, training, everything in place. And we also have GIT here in Thailand, those who are very diligently and precisely doing trainings also in Thai language. So it's more and more support you will receive. I'm sure you have all this toolkits and supporting toolkits on our website. It's available, or you can also reach out to me whenever you want. With that said, I would like to thank you. These are my details. You can scan it and you have to save it on your phone. See, RJC is important, and I'm sure that today or tomorrow you will have to do it. So I'm here to support you. Please allow me to support you. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much. Thank you very much, Mr. Gitthailand, for sharing the valuable insight about the importance of sustainability in global jewelry industry. ทุกท่านคะเมื่อสักครู่ได้รับฟังไป1หัวข้อที่น่าสนใจแล้วนะคะถัดจากนี้ค่ะเป็นอีก1หัวข้อที่น่าสนใจมากๆเช่นกันนะคะเชื่อว่าผู้บริโภคหลายๆท่านเลยค่ะไม่ทราบว่าโลหะมีค่าสามารถรีไซเคิลได้นะคะแต่สำหรับบุคลากรในวงการค่ะเราจะเป็นที่ทราบกันดีนะคะว่าโลหะสามารถรีไซเคิลได้ซ้ำแล้วซ้ำเล่าค่ะและยังไม่ทำให้คุณสมบัติของโลหะเสื่อมลงด้วยนะคะซึ่งเป็นการช่วยลดการใช้ทรัพยากรธรรมชาติและในขณะเดียวกันก็เป็นการทำให้เราใช้พลังงานน้อยลงด้วยค่ะซึ่งในโอกาสถัดจากนี้นะคะท่านหม่อมหลวงปรมพรเทวกุลค่ะจะมาให้ข้อมูลที่น่าสนใจนี้ในหัวข้อของข้อดีและความท้าทายของการใช้โลหะรีไซเคิลค่ะ Distinguished guests, our next topic is very interesting. Many people don't know that precious metal can be recycled, but the experts in the industry have a deeply understand that the metal can be used again and again without losing its quality. With this, making metal can be great sustainable option. And today, the person who will provide you the deeper insight into the benefit and challenges recycled precious metal. Please join me to welcome หม่อมหลวงปรมพรเทวกุล General Manager Precious Metal Refinery Company Limited. May I have a big round for him, please?
Thank you very much. Can you hear me okay? So first of all, I would like to thank GIT, AGJA, and also RJC to allow me to share our experience in terms of our recycle and refinery journey. I'm Paramaporn Devakula, as our media has mentioned. I'm the General Manager of Precious Metal Refinery in Thailand. That's not our factory, by the way. When I was asked to present this, I asked an AI to generate an image of what it thought a precious metal refinery looks like, and that's what you get. Obviously, ours is more organized, and we don't leave things lying around like that. So a lot of this metal we notice today process in and out very quickly at the speed of almost just in time, coming in and coming out as the minute is finished. So and let's see how robust it is, the industry in Thailand in terms of both gold and silver recycling. And many people don't know that gold and silver can be recycled almost indefinitely. I mean, you compare to plastic or paper, there's limitation on how much you can recycle without losing any property. Gold and silver retain all of its property. So that's what makes it valuable as well in terms of investment material. Now, speaking of recycling, the benefit, I think it's very clear that from the supply and demand point of view, right? Because gold and silver are not easily, you cannot easily produce it. So it is almost economical anyway to recycle the material. But on the plus side, nowadays many of our jewelry producers use that as marketing quality. So we are seeing more and more need for recycled material from the refinery. And not just any recycled material, as Kun Kinja mentioned, it has to be certified because not that we have to claim it as a recycled material, we have to have it traceable to its sourcing material, which also present difficulty in sourcing the material. Since we do both gold and silver recycle, I'd like to talk about both gold and silver separately. I'm not sure how the supply chain in ASEAN or global look like, but for Thailand, recycled gold can come by very easily, just from the fact that we have very established supply chain system within the country. The shops access all the way throughout the countries, and also because of the 0% VAT tax, gold can be recycled without any additional cost. But when we talked about silver, that's another story, because silver, we don't have that supply chain already established. So this is one area that it could be improved for the country and probably for the region. Now, another difficulty that we are facing is sourcing. As Kun Kinja mentioned, not only that we have to be able to source responsibly, we have to also abide to a lot of local regulation as well. If you look at the usage of silver, silver is majority of it is not used in jewelry business. Maybe 5,000-6,000 metric tons per year, maybe more now. But a lot of it goes into industrial application. Many goes into photovoltaic application, like solar cell. So a lot of it are not easily recyclable, just from the fact that the availability of the source material is not in the same country where we need it. For example, a lot of the industrial application can be available in China, let's say, or India. But there's a legal boundary to keep it from shipping across from let's say another country to Thailand. So by that alone, then it really limits the access to the sourcing material. And so one of the area that we were working with RJC is to increase the definition of other material that can be used to recycle into. For example, investment material. When silver is, apart from gold being investment material, silver is also another major metal that is very popular globally. It is just starting in Thailand, but it increasingly more popular now with availability of silver that is mined in Thailand. So hopefully, you can push to have the silver included in investment materials to be included as the next definition for the next version of the RJC as well. Now, coming back, starting from 2019, when we started our business, and we quickly realized the important role that the refinery plays in the supply chain of the precious metal, because we serve as the function to verify the quality of the material that is going to be again recycled back into the market. RJC has been a great help in terms of setting the roadmap for us, because it's not only the quality of the material, it's also the source and responsible sourcing qualification of the material as well. So I'm a proud member of the RJC. We certify in both RJC COP and RJC COC. So today it's really helped us reach the standard that we attained to when we started the company in 2019. So thank you very much.
ขอบคุณค่ะขอบคุณท่านหม่อมหลวงปรมาภรณ์เทวกุลเป็นอย่างสูงนะคะ Thank you very much หม่อมหลวงปรมาภรณ์เทวกุล for the insightful information of the benefit and challenges that we know more about precious metal ทุกท่านคะเนื่องจากวันนี้นะคะเราได้รับทราบข้อมูลในเรื่องของความยั่งยืนนะคะในส่วนของกระบวนการจัดการการผลิตและการใช้วัตถุดิบให้มีผลกระทบต่อสิ่งแวดล้อมให้น้อยที่สุดแล้วนะคะแต่อีกหนึ่งเรื่องปัจจัยสำคัญค่ะเมื่อเราพูดถึงความยั่งยืนนะคะอีกหนึ่งอย่างที่เป็นปัจจัยสำคัญเลยนั่นคือเรื่องของจริยธรรมค่ะและจริยธรรมในที่นี้นะคะเราหมายถึงความโปร่งใสในการจัดหาอัญมณีอย่างมีความรับผิดชอบปราศจากความขัดแย้งนะคะและรวมไปถึงการจ้างงานที่เป็นธรรมด้วยค่ะซึ่งในลำดับถัดไปนะคะคุณธนงลีลาวัฒนสุขรองผู้อำนวยการสถาบันวิจัยและพัฒนาอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับแห่งชาติจะมาให้เกียรติบรรยายในภายใต้หัวข้อนี้ค่ะ Ladies and gentlemen, now we have learned a lot more about sustainability in management, in production, and using raw material, but responsibility in reduce environment impact. This is, however, there is another important crucial factor that is affect to this sustainability, and this is ethic. The ethic here is mean transparency in responsible gemstone sourcing, ensuring conflict-free supply chain, and of course, supporting fair working environment. In this insightful information, we are pleased to have Mr. Thanong Leela Wattanasuk, Deputy to Gem of Jewelry Institute of Thailand, who
Okay, good afternoon, everyone. For the topic for today, it's about the responsible gemstone sourcing, which is one of the most tough topic in the area of sustainable for gem and jewelry. As you know that gemstone is for centuries they have very complex route from the mine to the market to the retail, and it is never before that we need the full traceability thing in this industry. But why responsible is become very crucial, as Mr. Kinchao said, because right now it's up to the new generation of the consumer that they have the new value in gemstone and jewelry. Because as we as the old generation like me, Gen X, we learned that for gemstone, we are looking for beauty, durability, rarities. That's it for the value. But right now, the young generation, my children, your grandchildren, they are thinking that beauty, durability, and rarity is not enough. It's not enough. They're looking for something else. They're looking for the thing that have the value in terms of sustainable, because the world is keep changing to this trend. Everything around them is changing. Right now, new generation don't want to use plastic. They prefer to bring a cup to the coffee shop and ask for the coffee, put in the cup, and they clean themselves. They don't want to use the plastic straw. They turn to no use straw or use the metal straw instead. This is the thing that keep changing in their mind. So jewelry is one of the luxury and expensive thing. And as Kin Chao said earlier, for the beginning of the AGJA, actually, this is the demand actually come from the consumer side that forced the brand, the 14 founding member, to form up to be the AGJA, to set the standard. So what is the new consumer, young generation have in mind? You have to know that they have the ethical concern, because new generation of consumer are become more aware of social and environmental impact on the purchase. They need to demand more transparency about the origin and journey of the gemstone. They want to know the story. Why you said this stone is expensive? Why they have to pay 100,000 US for this stone? Just for beauty and durability and rarity. Bad reputation, the companies that source gemstone responsibly are building trust because the consumer want it. That their consumer and enhance their brand reputation. Many retailer and jewelry brand are now requiring their supplier to meet certain ethical and environmental standards, which is the AGJA is I can say that in the industry is the only one that very comprehensive standard for every segment that related to sustainable. And this responsible sourcing practice can help to reduce this impact and ensure the long-term sustainability for the gem and jewelry industry. So how progress of this industry? I can say that in the gemstone mining sector, there are so many gemstone mining nowadays. They claim for ethical practices. They claim for they provide fair labor practice, safe working condition, and minimize environmental impact from the mine. They provide, they ensure the miner receive fair work and work in safe condition. They using sustainable mining methods and reduce environmental damage and rehabilitate the mine area. And they do a lot of community engagement with the local community to support and development of the well-being. You can feel that there are so many gemstone mining company they claim on this nowadays because they want to claim that they are ethical mining. So from the mine to the market and to the end consumer hand, one of the major issue within the gemstone industry is the transparency and traceability in the supply chain, because as you know that the gemstone industry are century-old business They involve very complex network of the people from the mine to the dealers, to the cutter, to the many hands before reach to the consumer. And go to the mine. We all know that, as I mentioned from the previous slide, that many of the mine practicing the ethical, but that is minority. That is still minority nowadays. The majority of the mining, the gem mining, is still ASM, artisanal, very small company, very few people doing mining. And most of the mine, frankly speaking, this is unregulated, and they still have the big portion is considering illegal mining. So when the gemstone from this kind of source come into the market, there are usually lack of traceability, no document, nothing, just pass through hand to hand to hand. So how we can improve this practice to become more sustainable? That's the questions. There are solutions, but I can say that based on my best experience, we still have a long way to go in terms of color gemstone to be 100% claim is sustainable. But anyway, this is the journey, like RJC. RJC started 20 years ago. They start with only diamond and gold. So this is two things in the industry that's the most easy to do the sustainable traceability, because they already have the system in place, not color stone. For RJC code of practice, color stone it starts from version 2019, and only few stone that it included in the standard: ruby, blue sapphire, and emeralds. Only 3 major color stone. But as you know that RJC worked very hard to expand the scope. As Kin Chao just tell me that in the next few weeks, they're gonna have the new standard for lab-grown materials launched to the market. Even the man-made thing have to be traceable. So for the natural gemstone, like beside of ruby and sapphire and emerald, I know that because I work closely with the RJC people, I can say that the esteemed goal of the RJC, they want to expand the scope to cover every kind of gemstone as much as possible. So this is the core policy of the RJC. Solution, they still have solution. With many company if you are in the business in last 5 years, we are talking a lot on implement the technology like blockchain into the industry. But since the source is not ready to involve in the blockchain, they're not ready to use the technology that's made to implement the blockchain in real life market is almost impossible. There are some gem mining using it, but in very, very limited amount of stone, because it's for the blockchain, there are costs as well to keep the system working. You have to register every single stone into the system, and you have to make sure that when the stone pass through many hands, every hand have to be accepted to involve in the system. Otherwise, the chain is broken. The chain is broken. I can say that in the industry, I can only heard about the diamond that is used the blockchain effectively, because they have start from the mining company that willing to register their product into the chain, and through the well-documented process, they can be traced and tracked the chain. But for gemstone, it's still very, very difficult, I can say. The implementation of the certification system like KP, for example, is still on the way to set up, but I think it still have many things that we need to concern on this issue, because certification is something that we have an idea for. I can say that we have an idea for more than a decade to make some kind, like use something like KP document to be like the role model to develop. But anyway, in the reality of the market is still very difficult, and there's a lot of limitation. But anyway, since the consumer need it, as the industry, we have to change somehow. It's unavoidable. So I would like to discuss about the standardization issue as well. Since we have the RJC, I can say the RJC keep review their existing certification and standard on ethical. Especially for gemstone, I think there's still many to come on the RJC side, because I just heard that they planning to have like a poll, something like that, poll standard. That is ongoing, what I know for the poll. And other gemstone, I heard that they still have their working group to working on that standard. And the different in the region that have varying regulation and enforcement capacity. So it's very difficult as Thailand if we want to be the sustain, but the South country, they don't do anything. But we still need the stone from them, for sure. We cannot force them directly that you have to become ethical minded, you have to do this, it depends on them. But anyway, we can show the sign that as we are their client, they have to listen to us, like we listen to our jewelry brand, because as Thailand manufacturing base, we have to listen to our clients as the jewelry branding. They trust Thailand as the best place to manufacturing for the jewelry. So the cost, of course, as you know, that to implement the standard is come with the cost, certain cost for sure, even small scale or large scale standard, they have some cost. So we have to think about that is to in terms of implementation and also for the maintain of the certification. If you comply the RJC or other standards, they have always have certain costs to pay. For the harmonizing standard as well, since in the world they don't, RJC is the main, I can say, but they also have another standard that's starting to implement in jewelry field, such as ISO, starting to doing some like recycled metal standard and responsible practice standard as well, because I also work in the TC 174 for the ISO committee. So I heard that they're starting to do something like this. But anyway, King Chao, you have to make it in the same manner, you know. Please keep harmonizing. And also for the technological advancement to leverage, I think the technology, as I mentioned earlier about the blockchain, seems to be like the only technology that available nowadays in terms of traceability of the gemstone. But as I say that in terms of color stone, there's still a lot of the limitation of use. There are some platforms that developed earlier, many years from one of the famous lab, like we call it provenance proof blockchain. So this is one of the example of the attempt to make the traceability possible for the gemstone sector. Anyway, as GAT is the Thai government authority, so we take very serious to improve our industry, because the goal of the GAT, we want to make Thailand become the hub for responsible gem and jewelry production. So what we do for past several years, first we also set the policy and promote a sustainable and responsible practice within the gem and jewelry supply chain. Secondly, we facilitate business in building an ecosystem for responsible sourcing. And also we develop the national responsible sourcing standard to align with the international standard to support the local business. Okay. You all know that Thailand is the capital of gemstone, but in the way to improve the business into the responsible way, as we are not the sourcing ourselves, so we encourage a lot of mining company to do the auction here in Bangkok. Nowadays, I can say Thailand is the major auction hub of the gemstone. Every big mining company auction here in Silom. Altogether, more than 14, 15 auctions a year. It's quite a lot. And also, we try to promote our local gem production hub in Chantaburi as well. We conduct the gemstone show there every year in December. And also, they also have the rough stone exhibition there, organized by the local government together with the association in order to promote the transparency for rough stone trading in that area. Secondly, as GAT is the standard organization for Thailand, we work closely with the Thai Industry Standard Institute to promote the GAT standard. So actually, the GAT standard project starts from 2019, and the aim of the project is to try to set the series of the national standard that can support the industry. So we start with our expertise on the gem testing and precious metal testing. Right now we issue more than 25 scopes related to precious metal and gemstone testing, and can be already implement to many organizations like the lab from the PMR, also our partner for GAT standard. So since the sustainability is become crucial every year, so we're thinking that one of the gap that we can help to fulfill that, because of since we promote the RJC, and as you know that become RJC is they have required certain level of qualification. It cannot be anyone can apply or can pass the criteria. But how about the small people, which is the supply chain? To become RJC standard, the previous member like Kun Prida, the Pranda, is one of the pioneer member. I used to talk with him, and he said that to be responsible, you have to have some actions, because you have to lose a lot of good supplier as well, because they're not able to comply the KYC process. So this is a pain point that we found from several years of research. Then we think that this is the time that GAT, as the standardization organization of Thailand, last year we initiated the National Responsible Sourcing Standard together with relevant organization and government authorities and also many experts from the gem industry. Like they also represent from AGJA as well. Dr. Atishai is one of the members of the committee. So the objective of this standard is to support the SMEs or the small people who want to be the part of the sustainable journey, but to comply the whole standard of RGC has become very, very difficult thing and almost impossible for them. Almost impossible for them. They cannot afford to pay for the cost and early cost. So we think that this standard will be the key, one of the major key that can improve the Thailand to become the hub of the responsible gem and jewelry manufacturing in the near future. Because for the next year, I can say that for this year, this is the first time that GIT conduct the responsible jewelry incubation project for Thai SME with very great support from the RGC and also CIPJO, the World Jewelry Confederation. So we got the lecture regarding the CIPJO Blue Book, which is the major standard for the jewelry industry. This is Mr. Kenneth Scarlett. He is the Dean of the CIPJO Academy. He willing to support the GAT by he come and give the lecture on how to implement standard, how important of standard in the global stage to our students. And in conclusion, that is just the first year, but actually the policy will last for, I can say that, at least 5 years continuously. The project and the detail of the project might change from year to year. This year we focus to implement the responsible practices according to RGC, and for next year we will start to implement our local standard for the micro SME people, and also we looking further into the future of the sustainable ecosystem. This is the climate action, which is become very, very huge trend nowadays. Besides of just responsible sourcing, the climate action, the carbon footprint, is become crucial part of the standard as well. Since because the new version of the RJC standard, the 2024 version, the latest one just launched last month. They have they actually bold the compliance related to climate action to be very clear. There are a lot of articles related to that factors, and also other international standards such as ISO already bold this point out for sure. Even just basic standard like ISO 9001 already have this part clear that every organization who comply ISO standard must be doing something about climate action. At least you have to do GHG report for sure. That is the minimum. It will become normal practice anyway. As Kim Chao said, it's the sustainable thing is the scope is expanding already to the climate issue. And for sure, GAT will be the supporter of the industry as a whole. So we don't looking at only for the gemstone. We look at the whole industry. So conclusion is very easy. First one, to transform the industry is required time and effort from all sectors to implement responsible practices. This is the very important thing that every party must be involved to develop the industry. No one can walk alone because the jewelry industry is work like a network, and it will keep doing that for sure. We cannot change. Continue promoting the importance of ethical practice, transparency, and standardization within the supply chain. This is going on process, and it's getting intense every time, every year. From now on, I can guarantee the trend is like this. And support and promote for the responsible gemstone sourcing through conscious purchasing decision and advocacy. So this is also important that if the gemstone sector would like to change, this is the time to change, and we cannot avoid this change. Otherwise, we will, I can say that we will cannot catch the speed train of sustainable. Okay, so thank you very much.
ขอบคุณค่ะขอบคุณคุณธนงลีลาวัฒนสุขนะคะที่ให้เกียรติบรรยายในหัวข้อนี้ค่ะอย่างที่ท่านได้กล่าวสรุปไปนะคะว่าการเปลี่ยนแปลงนะคะไม่ได้ใช้เวลาเพียงแค่เล็กน้อยนะคะแต่ว่าเราใช้เวลาในการร่วมกันแล้วก็ช่วยกันนะคะในเรื่องของการสร้างความยั่งยืนให้มีจริยธรรมให้เกิดความโปร่งใสและอย่างที่บอกค่ะทางสถาบัน GIT นะคะจะเป็นดังซัพพอร์เตอร์หรือผู้ช่วยสนับสนุนทุกท่านนะคะให้ร่วมกันสร้างอุตสาหกรรมของอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับให้มีความโปร่งใสมีจริยธรรมที่ดีมากยิ่งขึ้นค่ะทุกท่านคะอย่างที่ทุกท่านทราบนะคะในประเทศไทยของเราค่ะเป็นศูนย์กลางของการผลิตการค้าอัญมณีและเครื่องประดับที่มีศักยภาพสูงนะคะซึ่งเรามีบริษัทและแบรนด์ชั้นนำมากมายหลากหลายที่เข้ามาให้ความสำคัญแล้วก็ร่วมงานกับประเทศไทยเราเองด้วยนะคะซึ่งต้องบอกว่าวันนี้ทำให้การแข่งขันด้านการส่งออกในประเทศไทยของเราเนี่ยสู่ตลาดสากลมีการแข่งขันที่สูงมากยิ่งขึ้นค่ะต้องบอกว่าหนึ่งอย่างนะคะที่ทางผู้ประกอบการของเราจะต้องทบทวนและพิจารณานั่นคือเรื่องของด้านสิ่งแวดล้อมและธรรมาภิบาลค่ะจะทำอย่างไรเพื่อให้ธุรกิจของเราสามารถตอบสนองกระแสความยั่งยืนทางการค้าโลกไปพร้อมๆกันได้ค่ะ Distinguished guests, Thailand is a key of global hub of gemstone and jewelry production and trade, attracting leader international brand and businesses that want to work to Thailand. But with this competition in global export, industry player must focus on both environmental consideration and government standard to align with the global sustainability trend. To understand more of this topic, today we provide a more comprehensive understanding of these critical aspects. Our next session will be panel discussion covering the following of key topics. The first one will be future trends and challenges in ASEAN jewelry market. Second, upcoming trends, standardization, innovation, and future direction for sustainable practices. And last but not least, challenges and solution addressing obstacle of finding solution. Ladies and gentlemen, please join me to welcome panel discussions. First, may I invite Mr. Erman Seal, Vice Chairman of AGJA and Advisor of Federal of Goldsmith and Jeweler Association of Malaysia, who will be moderator. May I have a big round of applause for him? Yes, please welcome. And of course, may I invite back once again on the stage Mr. Sumet Prasongpongchai, Director General of the Gem and Jewelry Institute of Thailand. Yes, please. And next, may I invite Mr. Eric Ho, Vice Chairman of Hong Kong Jewelry and Gem Manufacturer Associations. Please welcome. And of course, last but not least, Ms. Lee Yen, Vice Chairman of AGJA and Vice President of Vietnam Gemstone Jewelry and Art Craft Association. Ladies and gentlemen, if you're ready, I would give this stage to the panel discussion. เรียนเชิญค่ะ
Hello, good afternoon, ladies and gentlemen. I don't know whether this is a mistake or something like this, but actually, our session is actually we are going to, all the three of us, we are going to use a PPT presentation. and then maybe later on we open to the floor for Q&A. And Mr. Sumit, are you supposed to give the key opening speech?
That's okay. I'm already give the key opening speech to everyone, and we're focusing on the sustainable, right? I just like to add something like what I heard from so many presentation. Like today, everyone know very well that okay, the gem and jewelry industry starting for talking more and more and crucial on the sustainability, transparency, and also like many new techniques to save the world. Like GAT itself, we are trying to develop and trying to persuade all the industrial people to more understand on what's going on today. Like sustainability is one of the key that we have to drive. But at the same time, okay, we're also working with all the international organizations such as AGJA, ICA, and also RJC. Like one of the topics that I'm always talking with Kun Kin Chao, right, concerning to the Thai industry, like we are talking about the manufacturer. I think more than 90% is the SME, which is like a very difficult to force everyone to be on that kind of standard. And we're discussing that, okay, as Mr. Thanong just mentioned, that we develop the sustainable program on the GAT standard, which is trying to comply, and we discuss with RJC for possibility to allow that kind of SME to apply and implement on that standard until they have capable to go through that international level. We need a full support from RJC to drive and to help our people. Right.
Thank you, Mr. Yeah, since I'm actually have prepared some simple PPT presentation, I will go ahead with my presentation first before we go to the next two speakers. So my topic today is actually the future trends and challenges in ASEAN jewelry industry. We have heard our two very established speakers talking about the sustainability, traceability in the jewelry industry. But my experience is basically, I'm a jeweler, so I have more than 3 decades of experience. And through this 30 years of experience, I have actually witnessed quite a remarkable transformation that have shaped our current jewelry industrial landscape. I'll share some insights and talking a little bit on the emerging trends and the challenges we must navigate to ensure sustained growth and innovation in this vibrant market, particularly the ASEAN jewelry market. Sorry. Oh, okay. Yeah. The market growth and economic drivers for ASEAN jewelry market. According to Statista, a jewelry survey company, the ASEAN jewelry market is on a promising trajectory. In 2025, the market is projected to generate a market revenue of approximately USD 9.5 billion, with an anticipated annual growth of about 4.5%. Of course, there are reasons for this growth, and among them, the rising disposable income. Economic development across ASEAN has led to increase in disposable income, especially within the upper middle class and affluent segments. The financial empowerment fuels the demand for luxury items, including fine jewelry. The second factor that actually contributes to this market growth, of course, is the rise of tourism among the ASEAN countries. The resurgence of tourism post-pandemic plays a crucial role in boosting jewelry sales. Countries like Cambodia, Vietnam, Thailand, and Malaysia, Singapore are actually projected to attract millions of foreign tourists, presenting a significant opportunities for the jewelry industry. In fact, I Googled a little bit, and the tourist arrivals in 2024 for Thailand and Malaysia actually is more than 35 million, just last year alone. Yeah. So this huge arrivals of these tourists actually has a very good indirect spin-off and direct spin-off, which actually boosts the jewelry sales. And this, there are actually some emerging trends. We look at the digitalization, the future, no, sorry. The emerging trend in ASEAN jewelry market. The first one, of course, is the digitalization and the e-commerce. The digital revolution, which has been in place since a few years back, has certainly transformed consumer behavior. Jewelry products are increasingly adopting hybrid retail approaches, online-offline models, blending physical showrooms with digital platforms to enhance consumer engagement and generate more sales. E-commerce expansion is reshaping market dynamics, allowing jewelry brands to gain exposure. Also, by leveraging on social media, virtual try-on tools, and live streaming shopping, jewelers can reach tech-savvy consumers and boosting their sales revenue. I don't think I need to go into sustainability and ethical sourcing, which has been so elaborately explained to us by the two very distinguished speakers. I'll go to the next topic, the influence of international brands. Of course, global jewelry brands are expanding in ASEAN by forming partnership, opening flagship stores, and adjusting designs to local tastes. These established brands also provide design motifs to local manufacturers, producing products that are quite similar, riding on the popularity of these established brands, and I must say, it has generated much successes. AI adoption. Artificial intelligence is playing an increasing significant role in the jewelry industry. AI-powered design tools enable the creation of intricate and unique jewelry pieces, offering unparalleled precision and creativity. Machine learning algorithms are being used to predict market trends and customer preferences, allowing brands to develop products that align with changing trends. I have actually once personally asked the CEO of a listed company, which is a very successful online jewelers, how he actually predict and forecast if a newly launched or designed product can actually sell, and how many pieces he need to produce before he launch it to the market. His answer is very simple. He said he used his in-house developed AI program to predict, and more often than not, the outcome was quite accurate. So you can see how powerful is the AI if it's properly used in the jewelry design. Customization and personalization. This is actually not very significant yet, but many consumers, especially the young, they like to actually align or attach their personal preferences to designs and jewelry pieces. They love knowing what they are wearing. It's not a mass-produced product, and they are actually carefully crafted with time and noble intention. Jewelry is an emotional purchase. And when someone connects with you, with your brand story or design, they find an attachment to it. As the market becomes more saturated over time, the true differentiation of your jewelry lies in your design and brand story. Small independent jewelry makers, though may not constitute a major share of the market, but it does bring more varieties and spice to this, to our jewelry scene. What are the challenges lies ahead? Let me see. I mixed up with my slides. While future appears promising, the ASEAN jewelry industry must address several challenges. Of course, the first one is the market fragmentation. The ASEAN market comprises diverse markets, each with unique cultural preferences, regulations, and economic conditions. Navigating this fragmentation requires tailored strategies and effectively penetrate and to serve each market. A good example is the plain gold jewelry, which is in different ASEAN countries has different heritage of preferences. And I remember when we first before we actually go into set up this AGJA, we were actually called AEC Plus. The AEC Plus was actually formed because we were anticipating a common market among the ASEAN countries, which encouraged free flow of goods. But unfortunately, this is still yet to be achieved. Supply chain disruption. Global events, geopolitical tensions, and pandemics have highlighted the vulnerabilities in supply chains. Ensure a resilient and adaptable supply chain is crucial to maintain a consistent production and meeting consistent demands. Regulatory compliance. Adhering to varying regulation across different countries can be complex. Issues related to hallmarking, quality standards, and import-export duties requires thorough understanding and compliance to avoid legal issues. How I wish the AEC dreams, which was supposed to be finalized by the year 2012, which is almost more than 10 years ago, can become a reality. In conclusion, ASEAN jewelry industry stands at a pivotal juncture, brimming with opportunities, yet fraught with challenges. Embracing digital innovation, committing to sustainable practices, and understanding the ever-changing preferences of our diverse customer base will be key drivers of success. By navigating these trends and challenges thoughtfully, we can look forward to a future where the ASEAN jewelry market not only thrives, but also sets benchmarks for excellence globally. Thank you. I will now introduce our next speaker, Mr. Eric Hall from AGJA.
Hi, thank you. You have already mentioned some of my points already. So I guess everyone had a long day already, so I try to make it short and simple. So, good afternoon, honorable guests, ladies and gentlemen. Our topic today is today I would like to talk about the future trends of Asian jewelry market, a sector full of opportunities and also full of challenges. Okay, the jewelry market in the Association of Southeast Asian Nations, known as the ASEAN, is on a promising path in the coming years. Driven by economic growth, tourism, market expansion, cultural factors, and technological advancements, these elements collectively contribute to a dynamic and promising future to the jewelry industry in the region. So, what is driving the growth? First of all, is the economic growth, obviously. It's the key factors. Rising incomes, especially among the middle and affluent classes, are fueling demand for luxury items like jewelry. Consumers now want more than just products. They want quality, craftsmanship, and a fraction of their aspirations, known as emotion value. Next is the tourism. Next is tourism, which plays a critical role in boosting jewelry sales across the region. For example, Cambodia is projected to attract nearly 7 million foreign tourists by 2025. These influxes of international visitors are expected to drive jewelry purchases, benefiting local markets. And also, we are also seeing an influx of retail expansion. The growing demand for jewelry has affected both local and international brands to establish new retail outlets in the region. For example, the Frank Muller's has opened its first boutique in the Ho Chi Minh City, Vietnam, and the Tanish store in Singapore, which opened in 2023. These are clear signs of confidence from brands in the regional's potential. Okay. Finally, innovative technology is reshaping the way jewelry is designed, manufactured, and sold. Online retail allows consumers to explore a wide range of products, sharing prices, and get informed purchasing decisions, thereby driving market growth. So nowadays, the use of AI and big data, we can use AI and big data to pinpoint a certain customer group. However, we also face several challenges. So despite the promising outlook, we must address some pressing challenges that threatens the industry's development and competitiveness. First of all is the economic instability. It affects the cost, demand, and growth. Currency fluctuations, global economic instability, inflation, and dependence on international markets impact costs and demand. Rising raw material costs and high interest rates squeeze profit margins. And also, customers also shift towards affordable jewelries or alternative investments during these uncertain times. Okay. Secondly, the supply chain vulnerability also present in a significant risk for Asian jewelry market. Many Asian markets rely heavily on imported raw materials, face logistical inefficiencies, and struggle with unrelated mining practices, which then increase costs and hinders production. Additionally, weak traceability systems make it difficult to ensure the ethical sourcing and meet international standards, while small businesses face great risk due to limited ability to adapt. Strengthening supply chain resilience through local sourcing, improved logistics, and enhanced traceability is critical for sustainable growth in the region. Furthermore, it's the most importantly, the rising raw material costs like gold, gemstones, or energy squeezing profit margins, pushing retail price higher. It affects price-sensitive consumers and shifts demand towards lightweight, alternative, or even imitation jewelry. So it is a tough situation for SMEs. And also the tax barriers remain a challenge for development for Asian jewelry market. Variation in tariffs, import-export duties, and inconsistent regulations across member countries create trade inefficiencies and increase costs for business. And the lengthy customs process and complex documentations further hindered cross-border trade. So small businesses struggle to navigate these barriers. Additionally, the lack of harmonized standards across Asian countries limit market integration. Addressing these challenges requires streamlining regulations, reducing tariffs, and fostering regional collaboration to support trade and industry growth. I'm not going to talk about sustainability and ethical sourcing because the previous speakers has already did a good job. Okay. So the world is tough, but we can get stronger by working together. To address these challenges, business can adapt global standards, improve supply chain traceability, collaborate regionally, and provide education on sustainable practices. The Asian jewelry market stands at a crossroad, which is rich cultural heritage, growing economies, and innovative spirit, has the potential to become a global leader. By addressing these challenges with determination and creativity, we can unlock the full potential of this remarkable industry. Thank you very much.
Yeah, I think we share quite a few common points. Yeah. Anyway, I would like to invite our next speaker from Vietnam, Ms. Ly Yen, to share her experience.
Thank you, Mr. Ermin. Industry leaders, ladies and gentlemen, it's my honor to be here in this important event. Representing Vietnam as a proud member of the vibrant Asian community. We gather here to support the future of our industry, and I'm excited to share the insight into Vietnam's jewelry market, its growth, opportunities, and the role it plays in the evolving regional and global landscape. You probably all heard about the đổi mới policy in Vietnam in 1986, which opened up the economy and transformed Vietnam from a poor country to the middle class income country. That is the story of the past 40 years. Now, given the current change of the government of Vietnam and a number of macro policies that they aim to adopt into the next coming months and years, there will be another wave to breaking through growth for Vietnam to become a true major economy of the world by 2045. I believe the upcoming change will have a huge positive impact on Vietnam's jewelry industry, not only increasing demand from domestic consumption, but also a new environment for the global and regional players to make the greater fortune. Allow me to walk you through some key policy highlights. Vietnam aims to strengthen industry. Sorry. Vietnam aims to strengthen industrialization, high-value manufacturing. The Vietnamese government is focused on attracting large international companies, including those in the jewelry industry. By offering favorable policy in area like taxation, land, and import-export regulation, recently, many Chinese companies been to expanding their operation in Vietnam, particularly in manufacturing, aligning with the government push for the foreign direct investment. In jewelry industry, Pandora is a good example. Pandora is progressing its factory construction, set to begin operation in 2026. This move allows Pandora to leverage Vietnam's competitive labor costs, tax incentive, and the advanced manufacturing capability for produce jewelry for both domestic and the international market. As a result, jewelry manufacturers and brands should consider to setting up additional production base in Vietnam to capitalize on this policy incentive and growing domestic demand. The next one is the digital economy's innovation-driven growth. Vietnam has long focused on building infrastructure to support industry sectors. Major global companies like Intel and NVIDIA have already invested in the data center in Vietnam, demonstrating the country's commitment to technology's growth. The government is fostering investment in AI, fintech, e-commerce, and the blockchain technologies, all of which could significantly transform how the jewelry sector operates, from design and production to sale and customer engagement. With this in mind, any member of our industry has good technology and arms to expand into other countries such as technology. I believe Vietnam could consider as a next destination. Vietnam is on a mission to achieve green growth and sustainability. Vietnam is prioritizing renewable energy and encouraging sustainable practice across all of the industries. The jewelry sector, in particular, stands benefits by adopting eco-friendly production methods, recycling materials, and using sustainable sourcing for the raw materials. This presents an unique opportunity for the jewelry businesses in Vietnam to take the lead, leveraging sustainable material and ethical process, not only to strengthen their market position, but also to contribute to the greener future. Another key factor driving Vietnam growth is its commitment to the economic integration. Vietnam is deepening its ties with ASEAN, the EU, the US, and Japan through the trade agreements such as CPTPP and RCEP. This agreement will help Vietnamese businesses expand globally and opening a new trade opportunity for the jewelry industry. With this agreement taking place, jewelry businesses based in Vietnam could benefit from low to free trade tax when exported to other countries within the FTA frameworks. Final highlight policy in economic growth by promoting regional economic hubs across the country, including the northern, north central, South Central, Southeastern, and Mekong Delta region. Instead of relying solely on Hanoi and Ho Chi Minh City, this strategy opens a new opportunity for businesses. For those familiar with the Vietnamese economic landscape, this could be one of our most significant decisions in our history. For the jewelry manufacturers, SIP offer the key advantage, faster access to funds, and greater flexibility in the selecting optimal location that align with their business strategy. In conclusion, the policy change, the development in Vietnam provide a unique opportunity for the jewelry industry. With the government focus on industrialization, digital transformation, green growth, and regional development, 2025 is a high time to enter Vietnamese market and establish a strong foundation to expand throughout ASEAN and beyond. I strongly believe that the jewelry industry in Vietnam, driven by those policy shifts and the technological advancement, will flourish in the coming years. By embracing these changes, we can create more sustainable jewelry market. Thank you.
Thank you, Ms. Lien. Last but not least, we'll invite Mr. Sumet to round up our session.
Okay. Maybe I don't think we need any slide. Actually, they prepare and it's some take, then I start first. Okay. In conclusion, I think right now everyone very concerned on how to sustain the industry, like so many ethical and transparency, and also something about the labor, fair labor for everything that we need to concern. Like, okay. However, my staff is prepared a slide for me. If I'm not using it, they will. Okay. Today they're talking about the essential topic of standardization, innovation, future direction for sustainable practice in the gem and jewelry industry. Right. This industry is captivate and inspire people globally, has responsibility to ensure that our practice are ethical, sustainable, and forward-thinking. Right. I'm working since 1983. My boss is always told me that doing business you have to give and take. Otherwise, if you're not balanced at the end, it will be destroyed. Okay, you take benefit, you take profit, you take everything from the industry, from the business you're doing. At the same time, you have to give back to the nature, to everything, to all your stakeholders, like that we always talking about win-win industry, win-win business. Right. I'm very, very concerned on this. I think the sustainable thing is a type of fair game. It's a type of a running thing with it, not to take advantage of the other. Right. And for the other product, the consumer product, everyone concerned about the sustainability, concerned about this kind of fair game. I think more than many decades, they have so many compliance apply to all the consumer product. Every big company, they have their standardization, they have their protocol. But for gem and jewelry, maybe it's a new force. Everyone talking about, okay, how can we take care of our people? How can we share the benefit? How can the process of you do the mining, how do you return to the growth, to the earth? This is the thing that we always talking, including the one section that Mr. Thanong mentioned about the carbon footprint, talking about those kind of things. Normally in the consumer product, they're talking about this topic, I think almost 20 years. I remember very well that that time my boss also talking to us that, okay, we have to looking for the land to plant 1,000 of tea, to get more oxygen to compensate with the carbon dioxide that we create every day by day. Today, this kind of thing is impact to all the industry, and I think gem and jewelry might be the last industry that will be affected or impact by this force thing. We're talking about the supply chain, jewelry supply chain for gold, for diamond, for colored stone, which is focused on the sustainability. Okay, you can see in this slide, the image provide detail overview of various steps involving in bringing this precious metal from their origin to the final retail product. let's start from like the mining. Okay, gold and diamond, color gemstone. I think the process is quite similar. Like the journey is starting from you extraction from the earth, like, and to even you have a large scale of the mining, you have a small scale by artisan. Like, okay, everyone have to. If we're talking about sustainable, right, you have to consider about the for the practice to ensure the minimal environmental impact, right, and fair labor condition. Right. Responsible mining company implement strategy to reduce their ecological footprint and support the local community. Today, a lot of big mining, they also return back to the community. They build a school, they bring, they provide the water, the fresh water for the community in a deep forest that they do the mining. Right. This is the way that they're trying to return something as well. Okay. In the process, you do the smelting, you do the refining, right? Once you extract that material from the earth, like the raw gold, and this goes smelting and refining process to remove the impurity and produce pure gold. This step is ensuring the quality of the purity of the gold to use in the jewelry. Sustainable refining practice focus on reducing energy consumption and minimize the waste. Right. Also the recycle, the way that you have to reproduce the used gold, silver, everything to be in the same condition with the mine gold and silver. Right. This is you have to utilize the recycle for the new mining and convert natural resources, make it an essential aspect in the sustainability. For the production side, right, I think the sustainable manufacturing practice is involving using the eco-friendly material, reduce the water, energy usage, and ensuring the fair labor condition for the worker. These are in the I think in the COP of RJC, which is very simple, but it also complicated, difficult for I can say that for the SME. SME it might be very difficult. One factory they might have 5-6 people working. If they have to follow all the conditions, it might be very difficult. The logic is simple, right? But in the audit side, you need a lot of detail to make it qualify. Yeah. Right. Retail. Many people talking about retail. What is it engage? I remember that the first launch of RJC in Tucson in 2018. At that time, Edward, he lead and he bring all the retailer in America to discuss. Everyone talking about, okay, we're changing, we're taking care of our staff. We provide a relaxing room for them. They're talking about they change the shopping bag. They not provide a bag. If they use the bag, they will use the paper bag, something like that. People talking about this in the beginning of RJC. And when you form the committee, okay, you go deep, you use the UN, the sustainability, 17 sustainable practice, to start and doing one by one. I think this is very good for the industry and to save the world. But at the same time, I think we have to consider and think about the what can I say, the small people, right? We have to take care of them, to grow them, right? To make the industry more sustained. Right? This is very serious to need the RJC to push more effort to helping not only Thailand, the world, right? Because the industry, you have more than 90% is a small SME, Okay, this is I think the same thing. They're talking about the sustainable issue, standardization, the innovation, and the future direction. Right. James and Julie also is also the cost loss, and as we embark for the future, we must acknowledge the need for standardization, innovation to drive the sustainable. Right now, I think when we're talking about process, like protocol, practice, everything, everyone have their own experience, their own way to do, right? If we not set the formal standard, it will be very difficult for everyone to follow and to achieve. Let's say like how can you prove this is recycled gold, this is recycled silver, all the paperwork, right, and the trust, right, and the process in the refinery company, right. This is like very difficult to explain to the end consumer, end user. You just have some paper to prove, okay, this is recycled. But in process, you need very serious process, serious people to do that. And in Thailand, I think we're ready to move forward. Right. Okay, this is the responsible sourcing. Also the same time in 2018, I'm joining the Gemfield auction in Singapore, right? They announced that they are the company who do the responsible mining. I asked them, okay, you just present that, okay, you dig the ground like a billion ton a year, like you make the big hole in the middle of the world, and how can you say that, okay, you are responsible, right? Then Sean is explained to me that, okay, they have a policy, every layer of ground they separate, and when they finish that mine, everything will be returned to that level, right? And everyone who visit in the mine have to plant at least 2 trees. Right? This is the condition. Everyone who visit the mining of Gemfield, you have to plant at least 2. And also talking about to help the people, like the people who surrounding in the mining, they create a job for them. They provide the better food, fresh water, everything to the community. Right? And this is they're trying to explain that this is the way that they can do the responsible mining. Right? It is a starting period at that time, but today I think there are more protocol, more detail, right? More COP to go on. Right? I think this is very, very good way to people trying to learn more and more and to develop to make this green planet. It will be like Thanong said, okay, you have to save for your kid, your child, your next generation. Right? The low carbon, the climate change, I think this is that we just mentioned that in the other industry, people very, very serious. Right? And today, Thailand, okay, for jewelry, this is another thing that is very, very difficult. You are not the mass production. Right? You have like many design, many style. Then you need a standard. You cannot go like the other product, right? They have the mass production. Then they just set one footprint, they follow. But every year, how many style of necklace, what ring, what necklace is launching to the market, and what is the composition, what is the detail of the product itself. It's very difficult if you go by like the protocol of carbon footprint. So this is the thing that GIT also very serious discussing with the people who are in this to consider and trying to make it something proper, and the industry can like can practice, can do it. Right. This is the due diligence scope for like the GIT. The due diligence is a critical process that involves conducting through the assessment and evaluation to ensure ethical and sustainable practice in every step to the supply chain. I think I don't want to mention anything about GAT standard. It will be hard sell because Thanong already present everything. We're talking about like we developed it almost like 4-5 years, and now it's very like useful for many industry people. Like and every year we create more module to serve this sustainable industry. Right? The scope of the due diligence it provides clear guidelines and a requirement for the business to follow. Right? The standard it will cover like the key area, the ethical sourcing. Right? This is to ensure that the raw material, such as gold, diamond, and color stone, are sourced responsibly and conflict-free. Right? This involves the tracking in the origin of this material and verifying that they are extracted using fair labor practice, like environmental protection, implementing the practice that minimize the environmental practice, such as reduce carbon emission, conserving water, and managing waste effectively. GAT standard also promote on this kind of detail that use of eco-friendly material and sustainable product method. Social responsibility. This is also like one of the topic, one of the issue that everyone also concerned. Upholding fair labor practice. Like every country have different law. When I'm working in the consumer product, most of the Thai company have one problem about the overtime. We follow the Thai law, but the international they use different law. Right? I'm always talk with the people that we have to consider that the labor cost here. People come to buy the product from your country because of the labor incentive. If you force like 1 week, you cannot work over like 36 hours, 48 hours, our people will die. They cannot survive. Right? So I think this kind of detail, sometimes the people who like the rule, right, they just use some information from one side. Right? This is a thing that sometimes that we have to very strongly negotiate with them when they come to audit. Right? If we think that this is very important customer, this is the very important the brand that we have to supply and like use them at the refer side. We might set up like one operation, follow everything to them, which is the small one cannot do that. Right? Yeah. Now they also prepare for me to talking about how to apply the GAT standard. Just go to the website of GAT. Practice, setting the example for the other to follow. By embarking standardization, innovation, and ethical standard, we can ensure the future where the beauty of our product is met by the integrity of our practice. I think this is very important, and if everyone follow and know the law, how to protect the world, that means the sustainability. Thank you.
Thank you, Mr. Sumet. We actually seriously overrun the time, but maybe we allow 5 minutes for Q&A. So I can actually sum up from our four speakers here. ESG is actually covers quite a lot of the topics here. And then from Vietnam, from Hong Kong, and from myself, Malaysia, we probably talk a little bit on the trends of the ASEAN jewelry market. But I do like to invite some questions from the ground, if there is any. Not restricted to ESG, but can be anything. I mean, from regarding the Vietnam market, Hong Kong market, or even Malaysia market.
So in principle, before coming to this talk, I had a chat with our industry leader and stalwart, Mr. Prida. He had some very interesting facts and incidents to share. So I would like to invite him to have a quick share about what he has to say. Please.
Yeah, Mr. Prida, please. He's our veteran.
I think we have covered very important subjects of the era. I try to summarize this important subject that I can get you to be afraid of the future so that you can act. The key word is how to get you to act. Sustainability is definitely here to stay. This is what Kinjao is starting point. Why? Because sustainability is equal to zero carbon. You got to get this world to zero carbon by 2050. Zero carbon, what it will do to the world. To make it simple, the world that near us, we are all Asian here. Whoever lives by the equator, the water will flood you out. By 2050, if we cannot reduce the temperature of the world by 1.5%, by 1.5 degree centigrade, we would be in trouble. Some of the land in near Bangkok cannot be lived anymore. Water is already flooded. And for your information, when I last looked at the map, you can look at it by yourself. New York Times / global warming. You will see that Ho Chi Minh is all gone. Bangkok will be all gone. So this zero carbon is happening because we are using too much energy and resources in the world. We are burning too much. This is the reason why the United Nations is coming up with the guideline, the 17 guideline under the terminology of sustainability. If you look at that 17 guideline, you find it's something to do with protect the people, give them equal chance, protect the environment. What's that got to do with each other, with equal chance and environment? Yes, environment is the goal because we want to reduce our temperature. But to reduce temperature, you've got to help each other. Everyone working are responsible. There's no exception. Nobody here is exempted from reducing the warmth of the whole world. When you go to the toilet, you already created the carbon. If you don't do it by actually working together, there will be a time when you come out from the toilet, you have to grow the tree because the tree will absorb the toilet, the carbon. If you go to the restaurant, if you don't want them to charge you more money, because the restaurant owner will have to go out to grow the tree for you, because you were creating carbon in the restaurant. So when you come out of the restaurant, you have to grow the tree yourself. This is practically what will happen. And for that reason, this is why we are talking here about this sustainability. And the generation has come out with 17 clauses. You might find some clauses are not quite related from your viewpoint, but it's related. Like a war, the fighting, the terrorism that's going on. This, when it happened, it created the carbon dioxide. Why? Because instead of actually releasing the carbon dioxide, you are actually shooting at each other and created the carbon dioxide, firstly. And secondly, instead of cooperating together and help each other to reduce the carbon dioxide, you go separate way and doing things and all that, so on and so forth, that against reducing the carbon dioxide. That's why fundamentally you have to create a world of peace, a world of cooperating with each other. And that's what the 17th clause was trying to do. And that's the meaning of sustainability. It will not go away. You can't do business without the RJC. Give me commission later. And there is just no other way. The big company will not buy from you. You know, they have their own supply chain that they can respect and all that so on. So no matter how big, how small you are, you have to commit yourself to sustainability. Thank you very much.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, Mr. Prida. I think I will hand it to the MC to close this session. Thank you.
Thank you. Thank you very much. May I have a big round of applause again for all panel speakers? Yes, and I would like to invite panel speakers to have a photo opportunity together. Yes, please. เรียนเชิญนะคะถ่ายภาพค่ะ Yes, in front of the stage. เรียนเชิญนะคะสื่อมวลชนนะคะ direction for the sustainability business
เดี๋ยวนะทุกคาเมราครับ
อีกหนึ่งกล้องนะคะ Closer. A big smile to the camera. 1, 2, 3.
เดี๋ยวนะครับ 1, 2, 3 ครับเดี๋ยวนะทุกคาเมราครับผม
And last but not least, may I invite honorable witnesses, Mr. Kinja Sar from AGJA, join the stage to be our honorable witnesses. Please. เรียนเชิญค่ะ และในลำดับนี้นะคะเรียนเชิญทางบริษัทแรกค่ะ คุณบุญเลิศสิริพัฒนวณิชบริษัทออสซิริสจำกัดค่ะเรียนเชิญค่ะ ขึ้นรับมอบแก่ทีมค่ะ
ทุกท่านครับขออนุญาตอยู่กรรมการเวทีเดี๋ยวขอขยับมานิดนึงครับโอเคครับผม
ในโอกาส
ตอน
นี้
นี้
ใช่ขอ
ขออนุญาตคว่ำลงนิดนึงครับพอดีมันเดี๋ยวสะท้อนครับผมโอเค2-3ครับลงคนให้นะครับขอบคุณนะครับโอเค1 2 3ครับอีกรอบนึงนะครับ ออนุญาตค่ะขออนุญาตขออนุญาตครับทุกท่านครับผมหนึ่งภาพครับผม1 2 3ครับผม
ขอบคุณค่ะ ขอบคุณมากเลยค่ะ ขอแสดงความยินดีกับคุณบุญเลิศด้วยนะคะ
โซ่เข้าสัญญาณโทษครับด้านนี้ลงนิดหนึ่งโอเคประมาณนี้2 3ครับอีก1ภาพครับผมสักครู่ครับอีก1ภาพนะครับ1 2 3ตรงนี้นะครับ